up? If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes.
You have 7 evil ex-boyfriends?
Bingo. Consider our fight begun.
And I have to fight...
Defeat.
Defeat your 7 evil exes?
Pretty much.
Prepare to die.
What?
What's up? How's life? He seems nice.
I want to take them apart.
We all have baggage.
Yeah, well, my baggage doesn't try and kill me every 5 minutes.
Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Next time, we don't date the girl with 11 evil ex-boyfriends.
7.
Oh, that's not that bad.
All right. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is directed by Edgar Wright, who also did Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and the TV show Spaced in Britain. And this is his first for-hire job, where he's working with somebody else's material, another comic book, an Mera manga, if you will, about a young kid played by Cera, who has a crush on a mysterious girl named Ramona Flowers, while he's kind of dating this other girl named Knives Chow. And he realizes if he's going to date this girl, he's going to have to defeat her 7 evil exes.
Yeah.
And that's the plot.
That's it.
And it's simple, and it just goes from there, and it skyrockets from there, and it kept me entertained throughout the entire thing. What we have here is just this pop culture explosion. I haven't had this much fun in the theaters this year since Kick-Ass, and I think this is even better than Kick-Ass as far as the type of movie that it is. Edgar Wright is a brilliant director, and I don't think he's really going to get the acclaim he ever really deserves because he does these kind of comedy movies that are tongue-in-cheek and don't take themselves seriously. So he's never going to be seen as being one of the greats, but he really honestly is. The way he deals with transitions from scenes to scenes, the movie is very fluid and almost dreamlike, how it just kind of goes from one thing to another, but it never leaves the audience confused. Once you get into the mindset of the style of the movie, you just go with it. And this movie is Generation Y to the marrow. There has no movie ever been made, I think, that could alienate my parents more than this movie, because there is endless references to video games, anime, manga, comic books, the arcade culture, and texting and cell phones and YouTube and internet and all of these things. This is what this movie's about. But rather than annoyingly just referencing these things, it's encompassing these things in this entire way. It's its entire basis of what it is. It's almost like pop art, a movie of pop art. So obviously I give this movie an A++. If I could give it 110%, I would. Haven't had this much fun in the theater and long since remembered. However, if you are not a Cera fan, this is not going to convert you. He has never been more fey and mousy in a movie. But
it's
the
so
action,
wonderful.
I think, makes up for it. And I actually enjoy Cera when he's given good material like this.
Oh yeah, no, this was it. This was my geekgasm movie.
Yeah.
I sat in the fetal position screaming with joy through this movie. The second I heard Zelda playing in the background, and throughout the movie, you just hear all these random, regular Nintendo video games. Like they even go, "Hey, I just learned the bass line to Final Fantasy II." You're like, what? No one even knows that. It was amazing. It was eye candy. I mean, the visual effects were insane. There was, all these big old pop-ups of, somebody versus somebody, old Batman style when you get punched, kerpow blows up around people. The plot was fun. He's dealing with these, they're juggling these 2 girls, and then all these other people get involved.
Yeah.
And the first time I have liked a Culkin since Macaulay Culkin was in The Good Son.
Kieran Culkin does a really good job.
Plays his gay roommate, and it is amazing. He just
so funny.
Nails this guy as a funny part of the probably one of the funniest parts. Yeah, fair enough. But he does. He nails it. I loved it. And his sister is like randomly in it, and she's a lot of fun. I don't remember who plays her.
Oh, it's Kara Cedric. Jeez, really?
Somebody.
Anna Kendrick, who was in Up in the Air.
Bam.
Yeah.
But it was, freaking loved every little bit of special effect in there. It was just so much fun. And Jason Schwartzman is awesome. I like him.
He's always consistently funny, and I really like what he's doing lately.
Yeah, it was like and I kind of agree with you with the transitions. Is they were that like he'd be in one place, and all of a sudden it would just be somewhere else. But you got it. You understood that an hour
just
or so
like
has passed.
You're in one panel and you're in another. You don't need to know how it got there.
Yeah, it just fits there. You know what happened. You were paying attention. It was silly, funny. Every kid will love it. I loved it. So I'm going to geek out. I gave it an S rank.
What's S?
S is when you play video games and you do better than A, you get an S.
Nice.
So I figured it was appropriate to give this one an S.
Yes, definitely is. I remember when you reviewed Zombieland, you really liked how it made allusions to video game culture with like the achievements and things like that. So this movie is like tailor-made for you. I mean,
it is. This is it. This is
when he punches people out, they turn into coins that you can collect.
Yeah, and you got these little level ups on the side when he earns something, he also gets little upgrades and stuff. I was like, yes.
I could see some people, some very stuffy critics, complaining that this movie was over-stylized, and I'm going to make a really weird comparison, but I think this movie, it reminded me a lot of Natural Born Killers in the way that it just goes for everything. Nothing is the wrong choice. You can, if you want to shoot something with a different style camera, just go ahead and do it. If you want to bring in some animation, just go ahead and do it. It is just use whatever means you can to just bring this movie and keep it at an 11 all the way through. This movie did poorly in theaters this weekend.
That's what I hear.
It is 5th in the rating system right now, or it's 5th in the box office rankings, and Eat, Pray, Love and The Expendables, and you already know how I feel about that, beat it. Go see this movie.
It needs its credentials boosted.
This is the movie for your generation. If you're ever going to love a movie, it is going to be this one. If you are 20 and younger, there's no way you could not have fun at this movie.
No way.
If you're 30 and older, you'll be completely confused.
But
you have to watch your kids or whatever.
You have to bring your kids to it.